This is the GS syllabus matrix for the 2026 competitive exams. We are mapping the specific data points required to secure your rank. To understand Odisha's administrative reality, we must analyze a statistical paradox. The state is demonstrating nation-leading macroeconomic health while simultaneously managing high-impact ground-level vulnerabilities. The NITI Fiscal Health Index ranks Odisha number 1, scoring 73.1. This is supported by a 1.73% fiscal deficit, remaining well below the 3% FRBM limit. Unlike bottom-ranked states relying on central transfers, Odisha's strength comes from own tax revenue and mining premiums. For the GS3 syllabus, capital outlay refers to government spending on permanent physical assets. Odisha is currently directing 4 to 5% of its GSDP into these long-term investments in infrastructure, health, and education. This high level of fiscal headroom provides the capital required for the state's multi-billion-dollar infrastructure expansion. In the capital region, this expansion begins with a major logistics and transit project. The Capital Region Ring Road, also known as the Bhubaneswar Bypass, is a 110-kilometer, 6-lane access-controlled highway designed to divert heavy commercial traffic from the city center. The project has an 8,307 crore budget and utilizes the hybrid annuity mode. Under this model, the government pays 40% of the cost during construction, with the remaining 60% paid as annuities to the developer over a fixed period. The draft environmental impact assessment reports that this specific corridor involves the removal of 13,617 trees and impacts 65 local villages across its route. Urban mobility is shifting to the Namo Bharat Regional Rapid Transit System, linking Bhubaneswar and Kavach. Designed for 180 kilometers per hour with 30-minute intervals, it utilizes ETCS Level 2, a digital radio signaling system that removes the need for physical trackside signals. In western Odisha, the Sundargarh coal-to-chemicals complex represents an 84,000 crore rupee investment. This pathway converts indigenous low-grade coal into synthetic gas through advanced gasification technology. It substitutes chemical imports with domestic production and is projected to create 36,000 jobs for the region. In the south, connectivity is expanding via a 1,526 crore rupee contract to upgrade the NH326 corridor between Mohana and Koraput. These 4 projects are the core components of the GS3 Economy and Infrastructure syllabus for the upcoming exam cycle. While physical infrastructure follows a highly structured blueprint, state politics has now entered a period of administrative friction. This friction recently surfaced during the Rajya Sabha polling within the Odisha Legislative Assembly. Official assembly records confirm the polling occurred in room number 54, a committee room within the assembly complex, distinct from the legislative constituency. The math created a contested poll, 5 candidates competing for 4 available seats. This deficit led to allegations of cross-voting and reported 5 crore rupee bribe attempts, resulting in the subsequent suspension of several MLAs. Administrative reforms are now targeting the OSSSC, the commission responsible for district-level government recruitment. Former IPS officer and J&K Director General of Police, Rashmi Ranjan Swain, has been appointed as the first chairman of this commission. Swain's mandate is to implement structural safeguards to eliminate the possibility of competitive exam paper leaks. GS2 exams will test your understanding of the mechanics of proportional representation and the statutory authority of these new commissions. Turning to internal security and disaster management, we must map the localized shocks that test state capacity. An electrical fire at the Kavach SCB Medical College Trauma Care ICU resulted in 10 fatalities, highlighting vulnerabilities in institutional safety. The response included a 25 lakh rupee Chief Minister ex gratia payment and a 420 crore rupee mandate for a statewide audit of hospital fire safety systems. These institutional risks coincide with extreme weather events, including a heat wave in Jharsuguda, where temperatures exceeded 40.2 degrees Celsius. Simultaneously, a Kalbaisaki tornado caused localized destruction in Mayurbhanj. Kalbaisaki refers to the violent pre-monsoon thunderstorms characterized by high wind speeds and intense rainfall. Digital security is a parallel concern. The state has launched Operation Cyber Kavach to address increasing financial fraud. According to the state map, this operation resulted in the identification and freezing of over 21,000 suspected mule accounts. Authorities blocked 145 crore in fraudulent transactions while increasing awareness for the 1930 National Cyber Helpline. Regional security updates also include the significant surrender of 11 Maoist insurgents in the Kalahandi district, while national sports records now reflect India's victory in the Men's T20 World Cup. Administrative resilience against these interconnected physical, environmental, and digital shocks is a critical metric of overall state capacity. The data we have analyzed is directly applicable to the concentrated 2026 hiring phase. The state is currently filling over 7,000 vacancies across various administrative departments. Strategic preparation is effective here because there is an 80% syllabus overlap between the OPSC and OSSSC examinations. This current matrix table categorizes the events we have covered, such as Operation Cyber Kavach and the Legislative Assembly updates, into their respective GS2 and GS3 frameworks. Mathematical accuracy is essential. The OPSC assesses a minus 0.33 negative marking penalty per incorrect answer, which results in a more significant score reduction than the minus 0.25 penalty used by the OSSSC. Scoring highly in these exams requires approaching current affairs as a series of interconnected data nodes. Managing your digital study materials requires specific technical protocols. Save your digital notes as CSV UTF-8 files. UTF-8 is the standard encoding that preserves the rendering of native Odia fonts, preventing data corruption when syncing between devices. We recommend using a 30-day battle rhythm for your final revision. The battle rhythm methodology emphasizes a cyclical review of the GS matrix, forcing you to recall the links between economy, polity, and security data. Apply this analytical framework to your study plan today to identify and master your specific data nodes. Learn with clarity, practice with purpose. This is PraxisEdu.